We are here today at the Mint Museum Uptown to introduce you to our newest exhibition, In Vivid Color, Pushing the Boundaries of Perception in Contemporary Art. We look forward to welcoming you all here at Mint Museum Uptown to experience this enthralling and exciting exhibition.
Like many museum exhibitions, In Vivid Color was a number of years in development. I started working on the show probably about 2 or 3 years ago, and really was looking at a theme that united a number of contemporary artists that I was interested in. When my colleague Jen joined the museum about a year ago, she and I began brainstorming, and we decided to really focus in on the color aspect of it. Now, the works that we ultimately selected, they're all very experiential, but really color is one of the primary elements in them, and we thought color was a great thing to focus on, because it is something that, on one hand, is very universal. It's something that we all can remember in kindergarten learning our primary and secondary colors and what happens when you mix them together. So it's kind of a part of our lives and vocabulary from a very early age.
For creating kind of an entry experience and really responding to what we knew would be the beginning of the exhibition experience for the visitor, which is really entering the building and walking into foragers and experiencing foragers through sort of multiple levels and dimensions, and depending on the time of day you're here, the light coming through it, casting you in a world of color. You enter into the exhibition through a world of color where you yourself get to interact with color and light, color mixing through your shadow, and we invite you to play, to dance, to create shape. And that then connects you to foragers as you've seen these forms dancing on the windows, so then you get to become part of that as well.
I'm standing in front of Gisela Cologne's Hyperellipsoid Azure Gold from 2019. This work is made of blow-molded acrylic, and Colon suspends pigment within acrylic in a way secret only to her, and then she inflates the mold using hot air. Cologne's influences range from the op art movement, popular both in Argentina and in Europe, and also the light and space movement in Los Angeles, where Colon has lived since 1990. As you walk around the work, colors emerge, forms emerge and recede, and all of these things bring to mind the organic world around us, something that is constantly ebbing and flowing, changing and reacting according to its own principles, but also the inorganic world that humans have created. This piece, Daisy Bell from 2008, is by Jennifer Steinkamp. Steinkamp is one of the pioneering artists who brought digital animation into the world of art making. But she also referred to various art historical moments with her technological innovations. Daisy Bell capitalizes on her interest in Dutch still life painting, but also scientific and nature drawings. So again, there's that merging of traditional art history with the scientific world. Though the colors and forms are mesmerizingly beautiful, all of these flowers hold the potential for death. And in this way, they refer back to those still life paintings of the Dutch masters, in which every element that appears in the painting has some larger symbolic meaning, often referring to that mortal coil.
In addition to Jennifer Steinkamp's Daisy Bell, we have a second work by the artist in the show, Orbit 12, created in 2012. Orbit 12 is a cycle through the seasons, and as you can probably see behind me, it's swirling around instead of cascading down. And what we see are branches of trees that are moving from kind of the barrenness of winter through the greens and leafy buds of spring, into the richness of summer, and then back into the fall again. And I think Steinkamp again prompts us to think about that intersection of the natural world and the technological world. In pieces like Orbit 12, Steinkamp asks us to slow down a little bit, to think about our relationship to the natural world, think about the cycles that go on around us as we move through our lives. So one of the pieces in the show is by the artist Spencer Finch. Spencer has a background, his degree is in sculpture, but he works like many contemporary artists in a wide range of materials. But he's also known for being a pioneer of using fluorescent lights in his work, harking back to an art historical tradition where Dan Flavin used them as well in minimalism, but Spencer uses them for a slightly different reason. A lot of his work really explores particular moments in history and time. Our piece that we're showing here, it's from Bank of America's collection, was created during a time that Finch spent in South Texas, and it's called Sunset, South Texas, 6/21/2003. What Finch is trying to capture here is the exact light of the South Texas sunset while he was there. And so he measured the light there with a colorimeter. And based on that scientific data, those readings, he used sleeves of gel over the fluorescent lights of different colors to exactly match the color on the readings that he got on the colorimeter. The format of his work references the subject as well. So as you can see with this piece, it's very long and horizontal. If you've ever been to a desert or the plains, or even looking out over the ocean where you have nothing in the way of the horizon, you really get this long, flat sense of space and of boundlessness. And I think the very horizontal format that he uses here reflects that. In addition to the contemporary works of art in the show, we've also added a selection of works from our permanent collection that are in another gallery in the space. We thought it would be really interesting to look at our collection through this lens of color and think about how artists from across the collection use color in their work in different ways, some for more formal concerns, some with an intersection with social and historical concerns.
Juan Logan is an artist that we are privileged to call our own. He lives in Belmont, not far from Charlotte, North Carolina. We have on view here Shaman in Red 2 from 1990, which is part of the Mint collection. And we also have there Elegy 4 from 2017, which Logan has kindly loaned to this exhibition. While most of this show explores the experience of the viewer with color that the artists are experimenting with, either through technological means or through conventional means like paint and drawing and printmaking, Logan is using color in many symbolic ways. Shaman in Red 2 very much focuses on that. This vibrant red color is referring to bloodroot. And much like Daisy Bell, Jennifer Steinkamp's beautiful exploration of poisonous flowers, bloodroot is another root that can be used both as a medicinal herb to cure stomach ailments and other digestive issues, but taken in excess, it can cause extreme pain and possibly death. In Elegy 4, Logan is using color in different ways. These marginal items that look like flags, these are in fact using the colors of our federal prison uniforms to refer to incarceration, something that greatly affects the lives of many of our African Americans and people of color in this country.
In addition to what my colleagues and I have talked about in this video, there's a lot more to learn. To do so, you can visit our website, mintmuseum.org. Thanks for watching.